Bears are scavengers and feeders who take advantage of opportunities. When given the chance, bears will take advantage of any available food source. Have you ever seen a bear hunt an elk? What about a bear chasing a skier? If you want to see some unreal footage where bears take the front stage, keep watching as we count down 15 unbelievable bear attacks and interactions caught on camera.
Come here, Yogi.
Uh-oh, he wants to meet.
Number 15. Bear versus cows and bulls. Bears, both black and grizzly, are known to prey on cattle of all ages, as well as swine and sheep. Due to their size, grizzlies may feed on larger animals, such as adult cows. In our first video, this black bear is interested in getting to know this bull. The two smell one another through this fence. I'm not sure if the bear wants to be friends, or if it just wants to have lunch. It tries grabbing the bull through the fence several times and is seen at the end of the video climbing the fence. Next, a fairly large bear is trying to bring down this cow, but the cow is extremely strong and keeps walking all the way onto the street with the bear on its back. I don't know if the bear ends up making the kill, but if it does, it couldn't have been easy. Finally, this bear is drinking water, and I don't think it's aware that some sort of bison is standing right next to it. The bear keeps drinking, that is, until the bison slams its horns into the bear, and the bear looks at it and takes off. Number 14. Bear versus boar and pig. Bears will hunt wild boar, but the animal is not the first item on the bear's menu. This bear is trying to get something done with this wild hog, but it's having a hard time pulling it away. The boar is strong and is pulling its own weight. The advantage the bear has is its strong jaws and paws. In our next clip, this bear is sharing a watering hole with a huge wild hog. The bear makes a move, but the hog runs off, only to return and drink moments later. In this night vision clip, a huge bear snatches a young hog, and this hunt is over in seconds, unless the bear wants to play with the baby hog. Next, this black bear is wrestling with the wild boar, and the people filming the incident honk to try and scare the bear away. But I think the bear is so focused on the boar, it doesn't even hear the horn as the bear continues to pound the boar. This young bear chases two black boars across the forest. I don't think the bear will catch up to them, but you never know. Finally, watch this bear try to kidnap a pig from its pen. The other pigs are ignoring the matter, even though they hear their friend squealing like a mother brother. The bear is pulling on the pig's back, ripping some of its skin off, but the pig is so heavy, the bear isn't able to lift it up and brings it over the fence. I wonder why the people filming don't intervene, because this isn't happening in the wild. This bear is attacking a farm and its pigs. Number 13. Bear versus deer. Bears will hunt deer, and there are plenty of deer where bears live, so it's not difficult for bears to find them, just like the bears in this video. It catches up to this deer, flips it over, and that's the end of that. The deer tries to escape, but the bear keeps it firmly on the ground as one of her cubs approaches in the background. Another bear kills a smaller deer this time and transports it somewhere more discreet so it can enjoy its meal. The black bear devours a dead deer on a field located next to a road. In our next video, you'll realize how fast bears are. Deer run fast, but watch this huge bear chase this deer and catch up to it. This bear is massive and it's running as fast as the deer, if not faster. People always told me that bears are the most difficult animals to run away from. They run and swim faster than you and I, and they can climb trees better than any human. Number 12. Bear versus elk and caribou. Elks aren't usually bigger than deer, so a bear has to expend more energy hunting elk. But this bear doesn't seem to mind when it attacks a large elk in the middle of a river. Being in the water makes it even more difficult for the mighty predator, but it also makes it harder for the elk to escape. The bear seems to have complete control of the situation and finishes the kill in minutes. Now is the hard part. How to get this heavy prey out of the water to consume it. In our next clip, what looks to be a sure kill for the grizzly bear when it sees an injured elk barely able to walk becomes a botched hunt, when the elk is able to avoid being grabbed by the bear and manages to jump into the water with the river's current carrying it away from the bear, as the bear gives up the chase anyway. Next, this bear pulls the remains of what seems to be a very large elk. Only the head is left, and the bear pulls it out and goes for a run. I don't know why, but perhaps it's some sort of bear ritual. In this next video, this caribou takes it to the bear and charges the bear, stuffing its antlers into the bear's body, pushing the bear into the river. So far, so good. But that's until the bear, with all its might and power, turns the caribou over and finishes it off. Finally, a bear causes havoc amongst the elk at Yellowstone Park as it tries to get its paws on whatever it sees, but ends up with nothing as all the elks disperse rapidly. Number 11. Bear versus human. Bears do not usually go looking for trouble, but if they are provoked, they will not back down from a challenge. Not many things will scare a bear off, so whoever decides to tangle with one better be ready for a little action. In our first clip, a sweet bear approaches a woman who doesn't seem at all afraid of the bear. The bear even tries to hold the woman's legs and hold her, and the woman just plays along. Next, a large grizzly approaches these two men. One man is holding a log and the other is holding a can of bear spray just in case the bear decides to attack. Besides, standing up for a few seconds, the bear keeps its distance. Next, watch this huge bear chase a man on a bike. You can feel the chase because the cyclist has a camera on his helmet. Eventually, the bear loses track of the cyclist and looks around. A little more north, where it snows and it looks like it's freezing, this man feeds a beautiful polar bear. The bear just wants to eat and it isn't trying to harm the man, but I still wouldn't feed a polar bear unless it was a small lone cub, if you get my drift. The polar bear even climbs on the boat a few minutes. Bears will chase people even in trees, and that's exactly what the bear in our next clip is doing. The man is high up in a tree and the bear is slowly climbing up to join him. What happens after that is between the bear and the man. Number 10. Bear shopping. Sometimes, bears find themselves in the most unusual of places because of the curiosity. This polar bear is trying to escape from this hotel in Svalbard after destroying a supply room full of food and water. The huge bear tries to squeeze itself through a small window located on the side of the hotel. You can see inside the hotel the damage the bear has caused. This next bear decided to go to the 7-Eleven to buy a case of 24. When the bear enters the store, he's surprised to see a man shopping there as well. The man asks the bear to leave, but the bear is overjoyed when he notices all the treats in the store. The bear growls at the man and begins to eat whatever he can find in the store. Next, after breaking into a store, this bear apparently made its way to a kindergarten class somewhere in Russia, so soldiers had no choice but to open fire and kill the bear. Haven't they heard of tranquilizer guns in Russia? This next bear is stuck in a shopping mall and is raising havoc, bouncing off the store windows as you can see in this video. I'm guessing a lot of bears in Russia find their way into the city. Finally, this bear rushes to the grocery store after being informed about a huge salmon deal going on. The bear just wants his share of the special. Number 9. Bear versus bear. Bears intimidate their opponents to show their authority. Unless it's absolutely essential, bears do not fight each other. Fighting risks injuring the bear, which is not the bear's goal. In our first video, these two massive bears go head to head. One bear gets a good strong bite on the other bear's neck, and that could spell trouble. There's a lot of growling and studying going on, but besides a small scuffle, the bears don't seem interested in fighting much. Next, these two male grizzlies fight over a bison carcass, and one bear manages to push the other into the water away from the carcass. Once that's done, the bear walks back to the dead bison. Finally, these two massive polar bears fight it out in the cold. Watching the largest bears in the world go at it is extremely impressionable. It's easy to tell if the bears are involved in a serious fight because the minute there is blood, you can see it on the polar bear's white fur, just like in this video. Number 8. Bear versus wolf. Not too many animals would take the chance of messing with the bear, except of course a pack of wolves. On its own, a wolf wouldn't stand a chance, but as a group, the wolf pack is resilient. Bears and wolves are apex predators, but what happens when they meet? In the wild, the two species evolve together and do not fight for the same foods or harass each other. Wolves are quicker and more agile than bears. Bears are bigger and heavier. The bears ignore the wolves, who though curious, recognize the bear as too formidable an adversary to take on. However, they can clash when there's no other choice. Wolves are usually in packs of 10 or 15, so when they meet a bear, they usually gang up on it. But the bear is a powerful opponent, and even many wolves may not frighten it. In this first clip, a few wolves are challenging this bear for its kill. The bear won't allow it and will ferociously defend its kill. The wolves keep biting at him, one at a time, making the bear see stars. After a while, there are about 15 wolves surrounding the bear, and the bear still holds its ground. The wolves finally give up and leave. Wolves are courageous animals, and they'll never hesitate to challenge a bear, especially for food. But bears are formidable opponents, and wolves will seldom overpower a bear, unless it's injured or the wolves are too many for the bear. If the bear has cubs, then the wolves might try to snatch a cub if they are hungry. Finally, in a zoo in the Netherlands, 4 bears killed a wolf. The incident was witnessed by visitors. The reason for the bears attacking one of the wolves is unknown. The other wolves tried everything they could do to stop the bears, but they were unstoppable. The bears and wolves share a home because the zoo believes it will enrich both of their lives. I'm sure the dead wolf considers this experiment an idiocy to have enriched in death. Number 7. Bear versus bison. Bears are apex predators that hunt a variety of prey. They like to hunt deer, but bison is another tasty item on their menu. In our first clip, this bison will not be intimidated by this bear, and it charges the bear to let it know. The bear finally gets fed up and goes in for the kill. It jumps on the bison's back and remains there biting it. The bison carries the bear on its back and slowly into the water where it weakens and eventually succumbs to the bear's attack. In this next clip, this bear chases a calf, and even though its bison mother is right behind the two to try and stop the bear, there isn't anything it can do. The bear is all over the calf, and it's game over. Next, this bear chases a European bison on this trail, but the bison seems to have a pretty good lead. Nonetheless, when it comes to bears on the hunt, it's never over until it's over. Number 6. Bear chasing skier. It's not often you see a bear running down a ski slope, but that's what happens in our first clip. Their encounter began innocently enough, but when a skier ran off down the slopes, he was pursued by a bear. It happened in Romania's central region. Skiing and filming the bear at the same time may have been challenging, but this man succeeds. For a long period, the bear was chasing the skier, but he didn't seem worried. It was almost as if they were playing a game of tag, with the bear inevitably losing. Onlookers on the ski lifts, however, roared cautions at him. When the skier realized the bear may not be playing anymore, he tossed his backpack to the ground, which distracted the bear long enough for him to take more of a lead. The bear had already fled to the nearby forest when officials arrived. How scared would you be if you were being chased by a bear while you were skiing? In this next clip, another snowboarder is being chased by a big bear in Japan, and she has no idea it's happening. She only discovered this happened after watching her snowboarding videos. My question is, where was the camera placed? I don't think someone is giving us the entire story here. Number 5. Bear versus dog. Bears will meet dogs, and dogs are like wolves, except they're not wild. In this clip, this Russian bear confronts a dog, but the dog isn't intimidated by the bear and stands its ground. The bear goes back and forth and eventually just sits back next to some other bears. Next, this sloth bear chases this dog, but it doesn't look like this encounter is going anywhere. I guess these animals have better things to do sometimes than just chase each other. Finally, this next video is shocking. There are bear hunters that chase bears with a gazillion dogs, as you can see in this video, and they have the dogs try to kill the bears. You can see how many dogs are in this clip, and the bear is overwhelmed. Who wouldn't be? But even with so many dogs, I'm not sure the dogs can get the job done. Number 4. Bear versus goats. We have seen some crazy goats in previous countdowns, and one thing is for sure, goats like to smash their head into things. But how do they fare up against bears? In our first video, a sloth bear is on a rampage at this farm, killing various animals including goats. No one seems to be able to do anything, and all the animals seem helpless. In this video, when these mountain goats find themselves down in altitude, a bear tries his luck grabbing one. While the bear nearly killed one mountain goat as it ascended, it is apparent that the newborn mountain goat's remarkable mobility keeps them out of most predators' reach. This next bear is happy when he sees a flock of sheep in an enclosure, and he's just licking his lips, thinking how tasty lunch will be. However, this bear didn't expect the dog to come between him and his lunch, but that's exactly what happens, and the bear is frightened away. Number 3. Bear versus mountain lion and lion. Bears and lions do not meet in the wild because they do not live in the same geographical areas. However, they can meet in animal sanctuaries and zoos. What do you think would happen if these two apex predators met? I have no idea what zoo would put bears and lions in the same enclosure, but that's the case in this video, and to add to the zoo's stupidity, ignorant zoo visitors throw food at the animals to ignite a fight, which is exactly what happens. Before the food was thrown, the animals seemed to get along. Next, this small bear fights a mountain lion, and the fight is pretty even simply because the bear is not very big. In this movie excerpt, a lion is fighting a bear. Don't ask me where this is taking place, because this is an impossibility in the wild. So I guess in this movie, these animals were brought together by humans. In our next video, this bear takes a short run towards a mountain lion, but when the mountain lion takes off, the bear slows down and forgets about pursuing the cat. Bears and cougars also meet in the wild, like in this clip, but they don't go looking for a fight unless they have no other choice. Number 2. Bear drinking soda. Unfortunately, bears are extremely curious, and they are world-class gluttons. Watch this bear find a bottle of a popular soft drink on the ground and try to drink it. That can't be too healthy for the bear, but alas, the bear doesn't know this. The bear probably didn't see Ronaldo's press conference at the 2021 Euro Cup because he's going full out with this bottle of Coke, and he seems to be enjoying every drop of it. This next bear doesn't even need to use his paws to grab this soft drink. With his mouth alone, he gobbles up the sweet drink. This bear drinks a bottle of Fanta under the eyes of many people. I'm just wondering which one is the idiot who gave the bear this bottle. In our next video, this bear decides it's time to barge into the house and get something to eat and drink. You can see the bear break through the window and climb on the kitchen counter. How terrified would you be if you saw a huge bear like this one in your kitchen upon arriving home? Finally, A man dozing off by the pool is completely unconscious and unaware that a black bear is around until the bear gives him a gentle nudge. The animal bolts when the man wakes up. I'm sure the man was shocked as well. Number 1. Bear vs. Tiger. Both the Siberian tiger and the grizzly bear are the undisputed lords of their respective habitats. For the tiger, it is the forest of the southern part of the Russian Far East. For the grizzly, it is predominantly North America. Consequently, these predators would never encounter each other naturally in the wild. In our next clip, this Asiatic bear is in trouble after it got too close to a couple of tiger cubs. Now the bear has to deal with 2 monstrous tigers that are advancing towards it. The bear keeps backing up and occasionally stands to give the tigers the impression it is larger than it is. But the tigers don't really take action in the end. In this night battle, the sloth bear confronts a tiger. It's kind of hard to tell what is happening because it's so dark, but it doesn't look like any of the animals are harmed. We have seen numerous bear attacks, and my favorite one has to be the house intrusion by the bear. Nobody gets hurt, and it's kind of funny. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of 15 unbelievable bear attacks and interactions caught on camera. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notifications icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. And that's it for now.